Hello, and welcome to a very special quarantine episode of my ArundelBiz podcast. I'm Grayson Orfe.
And I'm Allison Akers. We are coming to you live from our home offices, which is a little bit different today, right?
Yeah. Little different. I got basketball shorts on, so I just want to let everybody know, it's business up top, party at the bottom. Let's roll.
I dressed up today. I actually have jeans on.
I know. For the last couple of days, it's been like that, though. It's been like that. It's just like, Okay, so with that being said, like, what's your favorite home outfit during this quarantine?
Oh, totally yoga pants. Just right. Yoga pants all the way. It actually helps me be a little bit more active because then I'm already in my workout gear, so I can go do yoga at the end of the day, kind of break up the monotony. But total comfort zone.
so then you're good to go. You're just like, okay, well, look, I'm ready. I'm ready for anything.
Yeah, exactly. Bring it on.
I got you. Mine is just usually a Snuggie and some very furry socks. Wait a minute, are we recording? I'm sorry. No.
I'm surprised you don't have like a bathrobe or like something like a Snuggie on.
Oh, listen, 20 minutes ago, that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay. Listen, I'm telling you, with the My ArundelBiz podcast logo, like right here on the side.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. For sale at My ArundelBiz. No, I'm kidding.
False advertising. Well, honestly, we are commiserating with all of you guys out there that are trying to make working from home work. You're doing all of your meetings virtually. We're doing our podcast virtually. I mean, most people are trying to make sure their children are schooled. I mean, how are you keeping up with that, Grayson?
It's been fun. This internet has gone like in and out and stuff like that. And, whenever the internet goes out, kids go crazy. So we just break out Uno cards and just go for it. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure that you all are out there experiencing similar. So we just wanted to kind of get on everybody's same level. We're all in the same boat right now.
Yeah.
But we still want to push forward and talk about all the good things that are happening out there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So what's been going on in the business of Anne Arundel? I'll let you take that one.
Yeah, just to do an overview of the past month. I can't believe we've been here a month.
Yeah.
A little month. The state honestly did a great job of rolling out their Maryland COVID-19 emergency relief grant and loan funds. They were overwhelmed with the amount of responses, so that closed pretty quickly. As well as federally, they, as everybody knows, and everybody has been talking about, they released the Paycheck Protection Program and the Economic Injury Disaster Loans. We totally get that there was not a lot of funds. There was a whole ton of applications and an extremely frustrating process. I know in our office, we were working as hard as possible, as quickly as possible to get that information out, make sure that the businesses knew about everything that they needed to do. Candace Pruitt at the Small Business Development Center, she has been fantastic about walking anybody through that contacts us, helping them out. Steve Primosh in our finance office. I mean, we restructured every single loan that we have with all of our Anne Arundel County businesses. Steve has been on the front line of helping to answer finance questions as well. So just to kind of update, there is, as a lot of people know, there is another round of PPP funding coming, but it just passed the Senate and the House still needs to pass it. So we're waiting on that information and then we can kind of give some more guidance. But otherwise, we're just telling people to work with your bankers to make sure that you have your applications in. And then If you don't have a banking relationship, we do have a lot of fintech companies that are out there that have been able to give those applications. So we have all of those up on our website, ArundelBiz.org. We have a COVID-19 resources banner that is added to all of our pages just to make sure that everybody knows where they're going.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We're definitely doing our part because, especially during this time, it's not only about businesses, but it's about people and it's about stuff that's going on. And so we want to do our best, and we want to be the conduit for the county in being able to just kind of get everybody the information that's needed so that we can kind of pass out everything for businesses, because when your business is doing good, livelihood is doing good. So, everything goes hand in hand. So especially during this time, we want to stay focused and prayers out to all those who are trying to keep working, trying to keep businesses afloat. We're going to do our best to keep you guys up to date and information flowing to you through our website and through doing this, having fun here, which also, I mean, it's kind of cool. With all this stuff going on, I kind of want to, should we go into and let them know about the happy story, like the joyous story that just broke?
Wait, which story? Which story are you talking about?
The story about our contest.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Do a shout out.
Well, I mean, a shout out to our ArundelBiz.org. And we put together this contest where one of the local restaurants would be able to win. And I'm gonna let you take care of it, because this is your baby. This is your baby.
We wanted to have some fun. We wanted to support local restaurants as well as help support our county. Mm-hmm. The best way you can support our county is by filling out your census right now. Yep. So we kind of married the two, and we have a census contest, stay home, but make it count. So if you complete your census and you take a picture, it can be a creative picture, it could be a funny picture. I took a picture of my cat filling out my census, which obviously didn't happen. But
I don't know.
We've seen a lot of dog pictures. But yeah, if you tag us, you post it on social media, or you email us, info@aaedc.org, then we put you into a running for up to $100 of takeout food for your entire family from your favorite local restaurant. So we're doing that every single week. We've got 2 more weeks to go, including this week. So honestly, it's just a fun way to do your part and be counted.
It's awesome, and I mean that was really a feel good story, and we've got another feel good story as we now have joining us is is here we go, the magic.
We have a very special guest today. Two very special guests today. Because we just want to switch gears and focus on some really positive stories that are coming out in the county, because so many of our local businesses have really stepped up, pivoted their entire offering, and are doing something for the greater good to help out.
Yeah. So right now we're just waiting for these guests to pop up. Hey guys, are you there?
Yes, we are. Can you not see us, or can you do the start video?
We can hear you. We can't see you. There you go.
Yeah.
Technology. There you go. So,
we're neophyte Zoomers.
How are you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. Hope the same for you.
Yeah, we're doing good. We're doing good. Here with Allison, and we're just gonna go in and find out. So Stephen Jones, first of all, can you introduce yourselves and let everybody know why you're here?
Hello, I'm Joan Stephen Singscore. I'm the CEO. He's the CEO of Eclipse Group, and we're a federal contractor here in Annapolis, Maryland. And we pivoted our operations when 3 of our Navy projects were delayed. And so now we are making respirator masks for the local Animal Medical Center and paramedic units in the Annapolis area.
Very cool. Yeah, they set up a unique 3D printer network. And can you talk a little bit about the background of Eclipse Group, just for people that don't know? I know you said you shifted from your Navy operations.
Excuse me, Eclipse is a specialty undersea as well as marine service provider. We own vessels, remote operated vehicles, typically called ROVs, AUVs, which are autonomous underwater vehicles. And we do a lot of prototype development for robotics. And all this equipment is used for a wide variety of purposes, primarily for the U.S. Navy. I think what we're best known for is underwater search and recovery, specifically aircraft and spacecraft.
Wow.
We probably, over the course of the past 38 years, and this is not necessarily just Eclipse, but over the course of Jones and my careers, we've been involved in probably about 115 both military and civil aviation crashes, including Air France 447 and
Wow.
TWA Flight 800.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome. And so with what you do, what drew you to Anne Arundel County?
Well, I'm a native of the Anne Arundel County area. I grew up in southern Anne Arundel County, and I went to school in Maryland and college, and so I just stayed in the Annapolis area. And we started working for a technology company where I met Stephen. He was relocated from Louisiana to Annapolis, Maryland, back in '92. And that's where we met.
Louisiana.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, just to be clear, I'm a New England boy.
False sense of hope.
Hold out Louisiana, but I loved it when I was there.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I hear Louisiana. From Louisiana, you just go crazy.
We'll have to do a crawfish boil and show them how it's done.
yes.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hold you to it. So, Anne Arundel County, like, what was the thing? And I know you're from here, but was it just that homegrown feeling of wanting to actually serve your community in the county, in Anne Arundel County?
Yes, we've loved living here. We love being close to the water. It's a natural fit for the work that we do as marine operations. We may not necessarily be located in the Gulf Coast area where many of the industry leaders are, but we feel being in this area, we can tap into the federal marketplace a lot easier. And we've tended to segue our operations in more of the government vein than in the commercial marketplace, per se, the oil and gas industry.
We should mention that our primary customer, the Navy shipyard is right there in DC, 25 miles away.
Yeah, it's a great location, clearly. So let's talk about COVID and this network that you've created. Now, first, the unfortunate reality question. I mean, as so many other businesses that we've heard from throughout the county, the state, really the world, have been impacted and can relate. How has your day-to-day been impacted by the pandemic?
Well, the 15th of March, 3 of our projects were canceled and delayed into further into the year. They weren't canceled in that they're not going to happen. It's just that they will all be rescheduled. So a significant amount of our revenue planned for this quarter was wiped clean. So my husband, I will say, always needs a project. And looking at the reality of what was happening in our community and in our country and the world, it really struck him that he needed to do something in order to maintain his sanity and to feel like he's contributing towards the greater good and making a difference during this time. So the idea came to him while we were having dinner one night. He's like, I know we need PPE. I love the idea of this 3D printer technology because we are a technology company. We have a 3D printer that we use to make specialty little parts for the robotic systems that we employ.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't something new to us. It's something that we could reasonably see pivoting to in a larger scale. And our daughter at dinner said, well, I know where there's a couple 3D printers at St. Mary's High School and elementary schools.
Really?
So
Your daughter?
Yeah. And this is
Took
where
a whole family affair. Oh, that's really cool.
So I will say one of the things that this disaster has come from is dinner every night around the table and having these conversations. So we immediately contacted the principals of the elementary school and the high school, and they immediately accepted the request and started networking. They loaned us their 6 printers, and they started networking out into the greater Maryland area.
Wow. So you guys had one printer on hand?
Yeah. Yes.
You started from there.
Yes, we did. And now we've grown to 47 working printers.
Wow.
We have 2 down right now, unfortunately.
2 down?
Yeah. These printers have been, running, around the clock, for the last 21, 22 days.
When you think for the schools and for a lot of these families, these printers are more like hobby and instructional tools. They're not meant to be production level, because we've been crunching them out 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Wow.
And we have to say that this effort would not have been possible without the support of St. Mary's. Mindy Imes, the principal, she said, "What do you need?" And I said, "I need more printers." And she got on the phone and sent out a call to action to 71 Maryland, schools. And out of the 71, 7 schools responded by either, loaning us their printers or, basically printing the shells for us and delivering us to our location for assembly. And then Arundel County got in. The public school system, donated all of their printers from all their area libraries.
Yeah, that I think you made a connection with Skip Ald over at the library, the director of the library.
So from 4 different Anne Arundel locations, they donated their 3D printers.
Awesome collaboration. We love to see it. How did you get the production started? So like how did you even know to make a mask?
Well, initially, I have to say I was pretty naive. I said, well, we have this 3D printer and we can probably print these things, and thinking that this was a really novel new idea. And as I like to tell people, there are no original ideas. And I went online, and sure enough, we were way behind the curve, and there were probably 4 or 5 competing designs out there. And one in particular was being offered by the Billings Medical Clinic, and hence the reason why we call them, the Montana masks. And Billings, a neurosurgeon there at the hospital, in collaboration with a dentist, had come up with the design, done a 3D scan of somebody's face to get a good fit. And they were offering the design for free to anybody who was willing to print the mask for the medical community. So that was a huge, huge first step for us. And we don't mass produce anything. Most everything that we build a lot of our own equipment, and they're typically one-offs or 2 or 3 possibly.
Or generations that we do every 2 years.
Right. So the idea of mass producing masks was really new to us, and it was really kind of a natural evolution. And we started out with pretty low expectations. We thought, well, let's produce 100 masks a week. And, it became quickly apparent that 100 masks really was a drop in the bucket in terms of the demand. I mean, AFC has over 4,000 employees. And, basically, the fight be over by the time we got into it. And so we started ramping up. So, we went from 100 a week to thinking, well, how about 500 a week, to how about 700 a week, to 150 a day. This will be the first week that we will surpass 1,000 masks in 1 week. And so naturally, as Jim just likes to point out, that's nothing more than a challenge. So I'm going to go for 1,500 next week.
That's incredible.
I think one important thing to note is that one of these masks have hard plastic shells, and they are reusable. Basically, the hospitals have the ability to sanitize them, and we sanitize them here before we give them to the hospital, but then they acknowledge the responsibility to sanitize them themselves for their workers and to the repeated use. And one of these masks equals how many in 95 masks?
6.
So basically,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, we said that in reverse. Okay. Yeah. Well, 1 in 95, the material that it takes to make that mask will create filters for 6 of our masks.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Wow.
Got you.
So when did this start? How many weeks ago?
We started this March 25th with our first shipment to the hospital on April 4th.
Wow. So you've managed to incredibly scale this business as it's become, really, in just a matter of weeks. That's incredible.
But that is what we do. We think of ourselves as we accept challenges that other service providers in the marine undersea community aren't able to solve, and we like to take the credit for being the ones that will take that challenge. So it's kind of a natural shift for us to understand how to mitigate risks and work with vendors, and we've been really lucky to have found some vendors this week for the filters that have been able to speed up that production and improve the quality of that product that we're putting into the masks.
A really valuable trait to have. Yeah. Where the county is lucky to have you guys.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we've heard about all of this, and I want to know, because you guys are on site, correct? You're on site right now?
Yep.
I wanted to know if you can kind of give us a tour of what it looks like in there.
Okay, so if you don't mind being jostled around, I can give you a little tour of one of the rooms that, where production's, in progress.
Sure.
And you see the masks being made.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Okay.
People that don't know. I'm super curious.
I'll just open the doors on your way.
And so I've been listening to this clatter for the last 21 days, and it almost sounds like the machines are talking to you.
The sound of good work.
Okay, so this is our conference room, and initially the 2 machines at the very end of the table are what we started with, and as you can see, and
Oh, that's so cool.
so this is one of the better machines. It's a Dremel, and it can produce 2 masks every 10 hours.
Is that one of yours, or that's one of the ones that you sourced?
Actually, this particular one is from one of the area schools. It's, I think, Lady of the Mount. Okay, and this is actually a private individual's printer that he's got 2 machines that he's printing from at home with, and then he gave us this one to keep things going. And
Oh, so you've got everything from county partners to school partners to private.
that is correct.
Wow.
Now, Stephen, the masks that you guys produce, I saw the yellow one and the green one being made. Is that the color that they come out after everything's done?
Well, it's kind of the fun unintended consequences of getting material from lots of different places. So right now you have your choice: purple, black, gold, yellow, green, blue, tie dye,
Wow.
gray.
Wow.
So it's the color of the filament, and so much of this filament's being donated. And one of the fun things about the mask is, when the printer will run out of a spool, you have to reload it. We'll have multicolored masks, and we've been joking that these are almost like playing cards or baseball cards.
Okay.
I'm imagining that people are like, well, I'll give you 2 of mine for 1 of yours.
So can you speak a little bit about why is collaboration so important in times like these? Because clearly you guys have had a lot of collaboration throughout the county. Why is that important?
Well, obviously in collaborating, we've been able to augment our resources. And when someone has difficulty, there's obviously collaboration in helping overcome other people's issues that they might be having. And collaborating with another gentleman, the work that he's doing with some veterans, he was able to get some donate supplies from Home Depot.
Oh, wow.
And we wouldn't have thought to go to Home Depot directly for supplies, but he did. And so, other people that have been inspired by the work that we're doing, they've been going out to various vendors and getting us, donated supplies, which is extremely needed because it's very costly to produce this number of masks.
I believe it.
Yeah, one thing I'd like to mention, and I think one of the best parts of this experience has been, on the top of collaboration, is that people have seen what we've done, reached out to us and said, we'd love to get in on this. And so we have a nursing college student in Fairfield College in Connecticut. So she's started producing face shields with her school's 3D printers and their bioengineering students.
Really?
Mechanical engineer went back to tech. Excuse me. Our mechanical engineer went back to Texas. At the start of the virus, he was afraid of being locked down here, and so he went out and bought 3 printers and started producing masks. And one of the local nursing homes reported an outbreak, and he was able to deliver 60 plus masks on the same day. And in terms of Maryland, we've been approached by Dixon Valve over in Chestertown, and so they have printers, and so they're going to start printing their first batch of 500 for the Chestertown medical community. And then we have another group in Illinois, and we've been approached also from Virginia. So when anybody has a technical issue, it's you're getting technical support from all over the place.
So not only local collaboration, but really regional.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually international. I completely forgot.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, so we've got a group printing in Vancouver, Canada.
Wow.
Oh, that's great.
So you've mentioned all these people that are getting involved. How can others get involved? How can they contact you? What can they do if they want to be a part of this?
Well, we have a Facebook site called Montana Masks Initiative, and if you just type that into Facebook, you should be able to find it. And then there you'll be able to see we've been posting every day about our progress and what's been happening, as well as if you were to reach out to Stephen, it's saintmore@eclipse.us.com. Then he would be able to field any questions that they might have about starting their own chapter. Or if they have donations that they might want to be able to give us as far as materials and supplies are concerned, that would be really appreciated.
What kinds of materials and supplies do you need?
Well, each mask requires 2 feet of weather stripping. which is what we're using. As on the inside of the mask, there's a barrier that basically seals against your face.
Okay.
And so I think as of this morning, we've used over 3,200 feet of the gasket material. That's something we have to buy. Unbelievable amount of rubber bands used for going around your head. I think 3,000 or 4,000 of those so far. Money for filter material. I just bought 48 by 800 foot roll. 900 foot roll, and so that'll be able to produce 32,000 filters. While that sounds like a lot of filters, what are the objectives here? Presently, a lot of these nurses are reporting that they have one N95 mask that they get once a week, and during normal times, they were supposed to change their masks in between patients.
Oh,
and
boy.
So what we're trying to do is, as Jen pointed out, this is a reusable mask, and all they got to do is pop that filter out. So we're trying to provide enough filters for them to be able to change their masks, 2-3 times a day. If they, we can't do it for every single patient, but certainly improve on what they're doing now.
Awesome. And how many masks did you say you've donated so far?
Nearly 2,000.
817 have been donated to the hospital already. We're going to be delivering another 1,000, tomorrow, and 57 face shields, and and we've had 16 different recipients of the masks.
Good mail day for them. I'm sure they're excited.
Oh yeah.
Now, with you guys and what you do for the community, why is that so important to you?
Well, the health of our community is paramount. I mean, we have children that we've raised here and still attend school here, and just living in the city of Annapolis, the neighbors that we have, I mean, they're all varying different medical health issues. I mean, you see the need every day just walking up and down your street. That's the main reason why we're in it. To protect our community and protect our medical workers.
Yeah, it's these doctors and nurses and technicians, they're getting up every single day, walking into that hospital knowing that there's a high probability that they could get sick, yet they still do it. If they weren't so selfless, what would we do? So it seems like a very small thing for us.
That's a great point.
Absolutely. Now, what's your most rewarding and heartwarming story out of all of this? I want to hear from both of you guys.
We like the good stuff. We like the good stuff.
Yeah, you like warm and fuzzy.
Positive.
Really, it's just how everybody's come together. How everybody has been helping one another, and it's been tremendous to see the support, and that has been my most rewarding part.
Well, if it's okay, I'd like to read you a text that I got last night.
Absolutely.
Speaking with the customer, and I was telling her what we were doing, and she said, my sister's a nurse, and she had pneumonia last year, and she's terrified of getting sick, but she's still going in. And she said, she's my only sister. And I said, well, what's her address? And she paused and she said, why do you want to know that? And I said, so I can send her a mask.
Mm.
And she said, you would do that? And I said, of course. And she said, well, can I pay you? And I said, of course not. And actually, there's a couple stories like that. But so anyhow, I said, the only question I have is what color? And let's see. So I sent her a bunch of pictures to share with her sister, including some nurses. And she sent me a text, and she said, Sis and I dropped tears because of your kindness. She said purple. And so I just said, my response was, Deanna, no kindness. I lost my father in December, my sister in January, 35 days apart. We owe a debt that cannot be repaid to the nurses and doctors who support us.
Yes.
Wow.
That's really touching.
Wow, that's awesome. And I mean, God bless you guys, because I mean, it's especially during this time, I think it ties on and it tugs on everybody, because we all know somebody who's either affected by this or who is going out of their way to provide some service. And I'm just, if I could speak for everybody in Anne Arundel County, I just want to say thank you so much, because you guys are doing an immense and amazing job. And we really appreciate it. And you guys are going to be awesome. Now, with that 3D printer that you guys have, I have a request for a car.
Well, it's funny you should mention that.
Listen, I'm here for it. Let's go.
That's the next transition, the next phase.
Well, apparently a father and son 3D printed a Lamborghini.
Oh my gosh. If only.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
And it works?
That part I can't tell you. I honestly don't know, but it was pretty cool.
That is very cool.
See,
Well, do you guys have anything else to share?
If you got a printer and you want to put it to good use, send it our way. We'll start making more masks and taking care of more people.
Thank you for the time.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. You guys are incredible. And I echo Grayson in saying thank you on behalf of everybody. Everybody thanks you. That just cannot be said enough, I think.
So it's our pleasure and our privilege.
Well, thanks, guys. I'm just going to finish out and kind of round out the good stories that we've been sharing. I just want to throw a shout out to Joan and Steve here, who have done amazing things that we just heard about. There's also so many other businesses that are stepping up. We had Monica Alvarado from Bread and Butter Kitchen, who started Feed Anne Arundel. They've been providing food to needy families, as well as keeping restaurant workers in work. They've donated over 9,000 meals, I think, was the last update. There's Roundtable Relief, partnering with local warrior events to donate food to first responders. We had a local company, Sea Care, who switched to become a registered emergency supplier of Maryland, and they've partnered with the state as well as the county to produce large-scale hand sanitizer. Our last podcast is with Anthony Clark over at Irish Restaurant Company. He's got our favorite Galway Bay, Killarney House, Brian Baru, but they're closed to takeout food, but they have started the First Responders Meal Fund out of their restaurants. So they are donating meals to first responders as well. And locally, there's an hashtag Annapolis Gives. They're designing Change Together campaign, which brings together resources. They tip it forward. They provide tips to random service industry professionals that are out of work, as well as small business pro bono branding projects. So if you need branding and marketing during this time, they're doing it pro bono, as well as I Own Annapolis is giving 6 months of free advertising, and that's over at AnnapolisGives.com. So honestly, there's just so much good work out there, and Joan and Steve are just one of the many incredible, amazing stories that our community is really stepping up. And it is really rewarding for me to be in economic development and see this and be so tied into the business community and to see these businesses stepping up for a time of need. So honestly, we just say thank you to everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. Well, you can catch this podcast and all of our past ones. This one will look a little bit different. This is our quarantine edition.
Right.
But you can catch them on ArundelBiz.org, as well as on all of our social media accounts. That is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on our YouTube channel, as well as on ArundelBiz.org, and Twitter, and pretty much anywhere you can find us. So check out all of our episodes. You've got plenty of time on your hands, I'm sure. So turn it on in the background and listen to some of your local business stories. And we just highlight really cool stories and really interesting businesses that are in our community and the leaders behind them.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Steve, Joan, thank you so much for joining us. And that is a wrap for the very first quarantine special edition of my ArundelBiz podcast. For Grayson Orpha and Allison Akers, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.